Good evening, here are tonight's top stories. Two men are remanded for burglary in West Coast Bbus, while an alleged assault leaves a businesswoman injured at Asano Landing. Two other men are remanded following an ammunition discovery. Additionally, a man is granted bail for breaching a protection order. A fatal motorcycle accident claims 2 lives on Diamond Public Road. Meanwhile, a mechanic is remanded to prison on drug trafficking charges, and progress on the Skunord to Crane 4-lane highway is nearing completion. Stay tuned for further updates on these stories. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more news.
2 men remanded for burglary in West Coast Bbus. 2 young men, Carl Roland and Shaquan Bentic, found themselves facing charges of burglary after an incident that occurred at Lot 20 Eldorado Village, West Coast Bbus, between April 23 and 24, 2024. Carl Roland, 18, and Shaquan Bentic, 20, both construction workers residing at Lot 2 Eldorado Village, were apprehended on Wednesday in connection with the burglary. Following their arrest, Roland and Bentic were jointly charged with the offense of burglary under Section 233 of the Criminal Law Offences Act, Chapter 801. Appearing before Magistrate Ravindra Mohabir at Weldad Magistrates Court on Friday, both accused were informed of the charge but were not required to enter a plea. Bail was denied, and Roland and Bentic were remanded to prison pending further legal proceedings. The case has been adjourned to May 25, 2024, as investigations continue and the legal process unfolds. Alleged assault leaves businesswoman injured at Asano Landing. An alleged assault at Asano Landing, Middle Mazaruni, Region 7, has left a 51-year-old businesswoman, Holly Maunderson, injured and a man in custody, according to reports from police headquarters. The incident occurred outside a mining camp, where Maunderson was reportedly assaulted by the man following her refusal of a proposition. The assault resulted in Maunderson sustaining lacerations to her face and body. Upon receiving the report, police officers responded promptly, escorting the victim to the Asano Health Center for initial medical attention. Maunderson was later transferred to the Bardaka Hospital for further treatment under the care of medical professionals. Following their investigation into the matter, law enforcement officials visited the scene and apprehended the alleged perpetrator. The suspect remains in custody as inquiries into the incident continue. The incident serves as a reminder of the importance of addressing and preventing acts of violence, particularly against women, in all communities. Authorities continue their efforts to ensure justice for the victim and to maintain public safety in the region. 2 men remanded following ammunition discovery. 2 young men, Ricardo Marshall and Sean George, found themselves behind bars after the discovery of 8 9mm ammunition on Wednesday. Ricardo Marshall, 23, a construction worker from Georgetown, and Sean George, 21, also a construction worker from Turkey East Coast Demerara, were apprehended at Lot 15 Eldorado Village, West Coast Bbus. Following their arrest on Wednesday, Marshall and George were jointly charged on Friday under Section 16(2)(a) of the Firearms Act, Chapter 1605, for possession of ammunition without a license. The defendants made their appearance before Magistrate Ravindra Mohabir at Weldad Magistrates Court on Friday. Both Marshall and George pleaded not guilty to the charges. However, bail was refused, and they were remanded to prison pending further proceedings. The case has been adjourned to May 24, 2024, for a report. The discovery of the ammunition underscores ongoing efforts by law enforcement to curb illegal possession of firearms and ammunition, contributing to the maintenance of public safety and security in the region. Man granted bail for breaching protection order. Christopher Drakes, a 42-year-old man accused of breaching a protection order against his aunt, Deborah Williams, appeared before Senior Magistrate Laron Daly at the Georgetown Magistrates Court on Friday. Drakes, making his first court appearance, faced charges of breaching the protection order issued in his presence on June 11, 2020. Drakes pleaded not guilty to the charge, which alleged that on Tuesday, at Lot 57, Russell Street, Charlestown, Georgetown, he breached the protection order by engaging in an argument with Williams, during which he allegedly used abusive language towards her. While the prosecutor did not object to bail, they highlighted that Tuesday's incident was not the first time Drakes had breached the protection order. In court, Williams expressed frustration, alleging that Drakes had taken photos of her without permission and posted them on Facebook, causing distress. Responding to the situation, Magistrate Daly suggested counseling and additional support for Williams, acknowledging her distress. Magistrate Daly also noted Drake's apparent disregard for the court order and ordered probation officer monitoring until his next court appearance on May 13, 2024. Granting bail at $50,000, the magistrate emphasized that Drakes must comply with the protection order. Failure to do so would result in 1 week's imprisonment. Fatal motorcycle accident claims 2 lives on Diamond Public Road. In the early hours of today, tragedy struck on the Diamond Public Road, East Bank Demerara, as a motorcycle accident claimed the lives of 2 young men. The deceased were identified as 24-year-old Philbert Charles, a truck driver from Lot 5 Fellowship Village, Mahakoni, East Coast Demerara, and Chris Daniels, a 20-year-old auto mechanic from Lot 6 Section C Block Y Golden Grove, East Bank Demerara. According to police reports, the accident occurred around 04:10H near the DSL supermarket. Charles was riding motorcycle #CN1649 with Daniels as the pillion rider when the incident unfolded. Allegedly traveling at a high-speed southbound along the Western Drive lane, Charles lost control of the motorcycle, resulting in a collision with a utility pole. The impact threw both Charles and Daniels onto the road surface, causing severe injuries. Emergency medical technicians, EMT, rushed to the scene and transported the unconscious victims to the Diamond Diagnostic Center. Tragically, Charles was pronounced dead upon arrival, while Daniels, in critical condition, was referred to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, where he later succumbed to his injuries. It was noted by authorities that neither Charles nor Daniels were wearing helmets at the time of the accident. Both bodies have been transferred to the Memorial Gardens mortuary, pending post-mortem examinations. As investigations continue into the circumstances surrounding the accident, this tragic incident serves as a stark reminder of the importance of road safety measures, including the use of protective gear while riding motorcycles. Mechanic remanded to prison on drug trafficking charges. Dennis Emanuel, a mechanic hailing from South Ruimveldt, Georgetown, found himself facing serious charges of drug trafficking after being allegedly caught with 810 grams of cocaine on April 23, 2024, at Hadfield Street, Georgetown. Appearing before Senior Magistrate Laron Daly at the Georgetown Magistrates Court on Friday, Emanuel denied the charge leveled against him, pleading not guilty to the possession of cocaine with intent to traffic. According to reports, Emanuel, also known as Natty, was apprehended during a mobile patrol by police officers on Hadfield Street. Acting on information regarding suspected drugs and ammunition, law enforcement proceeded to the location where they encountered Emanuel seated at a junction. Upon conducting a search, police discovered 2 motor vehicles nearby, registered as PLL 7613 and PTT 682. Emanuel claimed that the PTT 682 BMW belonged to attorney-at-law Gordon Gilhuis and was under his possession for mechanical work. Subsequent searches led to the discovery of the cocaine concealed in a black plastic bag within vehicle PTT 682, alongside $389,760 found in vehicle PLL 7613. Emanuel allegedly admitted ownership of the cocaine, stating, "Offica, the cocaine is my own, I do hustle on the road." Further investigations revealed Emanuel's prior involvement in offenses related to possession of firearms, ammunition, and narcotics for trafficking purposes. Following objections from the prosecutor based on Emanuel's criminal history, bail was denied. Consequently, Emanuel was remanded to prison pending further legal proceedings, with his next court appearance scheduled for May 17, 2024. Schooner to Crane 4-lane highway nearing completion, easing traffic woes. The ongoing construction of the Schooner to Crane 4-lane highway is poised to bring substantial relief to commuters grappling with traffic congestion along the West Bank and West Coast of Demerara. Minister of Housing and Water, Colin Kroll, revealed that the project, estimated at approximately $15.1 billion, is nearing its final stages and is slated for completion by June. In an interview with the Department of Public Information, DPI, Minister Kroll emphasized the significant impact the completed highway will have on alleviating traffic bottlenecks, particularly for commuters traveling to and from areas like Crane and Vredenhoop. By reducing travel time and improving traffic flow, the new highway promises to enhance overall transportation efficiency in the region. The ambitious project, which is currently about 70% complete, encompasses various components aimed at modernizing and expanding the existing road infrastructure. Spanning 4.1 kilometers of dual carriageway road, the highway will also include emergency lanes, rehabilitated sections of road, medians, roundabouts, reinforced concrete culverts, and pre-stressed bridges. Minister Kroll provided assurance that despite minor delays in one lot of the project, efforts are underway to expedite the remaining construction phases, including implementing round-the-clock work schedules. Notably, some sections of the highway have already reached completion, with progress rates in other lots ranging from 80% to 90%. The completion of the Schoonord to Crane 4-lane highway aligns with Guyana's broader infrastructure development initiatives, aimed at enhancing transportation networks, stimulating economic growth, and generating employment opportunities. Contracts for the project, awarded in September 2022, involve several construction firms, including VR Construction Incorporated, Avanash Contracting and Scrap Metal Incorporated, and Guy America Construction Incorporated, among others. As the project nears its conclusion, expectations are high for the transformative impact it will have on regional connectivity and socioeconomic development in Guyana.